takes us to the Valley of the Sun and University of Phoenix Stadium here in Glendale. Tonight, we wrap up Week 3 with a good Monday nighter here between the Dallas Cowboys and the Arizona Cardinals. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now Palmer. Now this one complete to Jermaine Gresham. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It's a 14-yard pickup, but it'll still be second down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that'll open things up for you on the outside as well.
That's where their big tight end, is so good. That middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
The numbers a week ago for Johnson. 24 carries, 116 yards.
And they've got a nice scheme going right now, and they run the football pretty well. In fact, I was talking with him on the field before the game, and he said he's starting to hear from the guys ahead of him on the rushing yardage total, and they want to know if he's going to jump up there and join them at the top of the list.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Shrugs him off. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Now they'll throw it with Palmer. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Second and 10. It's Palmer again. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Stephen Paya forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. He didn't get rid of the football there, took the sack, although that's easier said than done. He can't just chuck the thing sideways into the seats.
No, he really can't, because you're not afforded total protection as a quarterback. You have to get outside of the tackle boxes as defined by the NFL, meaning wherever your tackles operate normally, get outside of that, and the ball that you throw has to get back to at least the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, you're facing intentional grounding call.
They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
I know one adage that actually held up last year. Age is just a number. And I'm talking about Larry Fitzgerald. 33 years old, led the NFL in receptions with 107.
third oldest guy to lead the NFL in receptions. Two guys did it at age 34, Jerry Rice and MacArthur Lane. Palmer gives to Johnson on the draw. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. On second down, Johnson. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
They allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff him. Palmer's hit, fumble. He loses the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So on fourth down, here's Jake Shum to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott, and he'll be tackled at about the 35. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. 5 yards left for the offense. It's second down. They go to Elliott again, and he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
They're up against a 3rd and 2 to start things out. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
I thought it was a big deal when Arizona acquired Chandler Jones before the 2016 season. Some people call it a boom or bust trade. Which Chandler Jones would you get? I think the Cardinals like what they saw in 2016.
After 4 years with New England, really settling in as a Cardinal. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and it'll be a turnover on downs. They'll throw on first down here with Palmer. Fitzgerald bringing it in over the middle. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
And Carson Palmer's going to turn 38 in December. Actually contemplated not coming back in 2017. I wonder how disappointing he was in the 2016 season.
Well, do you think that that's a reason that he's back?
I think that maybe he feels like there's one more good run in this Arizona Cardinals team, and he wants to be the QB for it.
Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
That is caught at the 7. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. So the chains are on their sides. It's 1st and goal from the 6. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at him with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop him.
And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory. How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
And the 42-year-old veteran's kick is up and good. And the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0. And we were scoreless up until this point in the 2nd quarter. Now we finally have a little action.
Let's see where this action takes us. First quarter, no points at all. Now we've got our first score of the game. Or does that signal that we're going to get more as we go along? Or will it revert back to what we saw in the beginning of the game?
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
On 2nd down, Elliott. He finds an opening past the 40. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Well, that's a pretty familiar sight because Ezekiel Elliott in 2016, his rookie year, had 14 runs of 20 yards or more. That led the NFL.
And he said in the offseason he wanted to be better when he got into the 2nd level, so he's shooting high.
I like that. I like a guy who wants to get better at his craft. Look out, defenses.
So 1:55 to go in the first half. More from the desert after this. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, we'll send you to Orlando and Larry Ridley as he'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. But no touchdown. These guys need to give Larry some touchdowns to talk about.
Things are too easy for him right now back in the studio. Come on, guys. Help the man out. Give him something to talk about.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Prescott. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. It's the fullback. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Cowboys are in for 6. And he wasn't blocking or running it there. They tossed it to him.
And you remember the good old days when the 49ers were riding roughshod in the league? They use their fullback in pass plays all the time. Roger Craig, Tom Rathman, those guys were terrific at running these types of plays.
Bailey now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Getting set to go again. We get a peek at Larry Fitzgerald as he heads back out there now. He's been good so far to this point in the 2nd quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
They'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the 2nd quarter. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Palmer. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
The Cardinals on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And some room to maneuver. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's Jacob Shum now as he'll kick it away for the second time. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared.
Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Carlos Dansby in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Prescott now on second down. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Third and long for Prescott. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. A gain of 19 on 3rd and 18, and that'll move the chains. Prescott looks to throw on first. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Bryant. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Now a play fake here on first down.
Missed.
It will not go down. And he's brought down. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Fresh set of downs here. They'll throw again. Prescott. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 more yards there and another first down. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This is a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a lot. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Past the 20. And with a clock reading zeros, he is into the end zone. What an exclamation mark to the end of this second quarter.
Indeed. Indeed.
And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. And we will skip the highlights show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. See if they stay on the ground for second down. Here's Prescott. Over the middle to Smith. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they move the chains. The numbers for Dak as a rookie last year still kind of mind-boggling. And you look at QB rating. Dak was 104.9. Now, among full-time quarterbacks, only two Super Bowl quarterbacks, Matt Ryan and Tom Brady, were higher.
And look who he finished ahead of. Guys like Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, Russell Wilson. Amazing.
A first down carry by Elliott. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, Brandon, so much for halftime adjustments. They still can't get anything going on the ground. It may be time to loosen things up and start flinging it around a little bit.
A second down throw for Prescott. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's third down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. On third down, it's Prescott. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down.
Holding offense.
So we race the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last forever.
A long time.
No doubt.
Now let's see. Yeah, the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. They'll indeed go for it with Griffin. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. It's a pickup of 17 there. And on 4th and long, somehow they're able to keep the drive going.
We always hear about guys wanting to make plays that quiet a crowd. Yeah, after that one.
Here in the third quarter, they were hoping to get the stop, get the football back. Not the case.
What a completion on a 4th down play.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Again, it's Elliott. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Tenth carry now for Elliott. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
The give is to Elliott. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and then maybe a guard can slide up to the 2nd level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
They'll try to sneak with Griffin. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
From the pistol, here's Elliott. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Now it's the Florida Atlantic alum. This is Alfred Morris. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Here's Griffin. Now look out, Griffin hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. And Bailey able to knock it through. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They go play action here on 1st down. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Malik Collins coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
On 2nd down, Palmer. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The intended receiver was David Johnson, and it's 3rd down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Now Palmer on 3rd and long. Dumping it off for Johnson. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's Jacob Shum now as he's on to punt for Arizona. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
A give to Elliott. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup. And now they've got a 3rd down and 8.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. The open man is Smith. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
On the counter, Elliott, and he is going to feel that one. Knocked down hard, right around the 31. Calling a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command and make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Got to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
That gets them the 1st down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. The Cowboys looking to get going again in a hurry. Griffin to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. A give to Elliott running left. And he's got the 1st before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Now RG3. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Now the defense going to use the 1st of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. Throwing now is Griffin. Forced it. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
I think we just saw an example of a game situation that I know is discussed, practiced to the nth degree, go right out the window, and a chance to win the game as well.
Yeah, protect the football. On the other side, you're taught to get in there and rake it out. They did just that.
I mean, they go over this starting in OTAs and mini camps. You go through these situations, and that's the way a lot of teams like to end practice. Finish it off with this type of a drive, kick the game-winning field goal. Everyone feels good and heads to the locker room. In this case, though, they're not going to feel so great about it. Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Johnson on the counter. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout call as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. The Cardinals on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Throwing now is Palmer. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence able to drop it for a loss of 12, and it'll be 4th down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. First throw in overtime now for Griffin. Going right side, he has Winton. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off. But in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Elliott. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
2 minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this. Second down to the offense in search of 6 yards. A 20th carry here for Elliott. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. It's 3rd and 4. Big play here, trying to keep this opening drive of overtime alive. Here's Griffin. And that's caught by Smith. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They'll run with Elliott. And he's brought down. 16 yards there. 2 straight plays of 16 yards and another first down.
Really good, skillful, tough running throughout this contest. Picked up first down after first down. He's got to have a nickname, doesn't he? How about the human first down machine? I think that fits.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. They keep on the ground with Elliott. He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. They've had some success here in overtime. This opening drive running the football, right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you, and until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there available to them.
And the 8th play on this drive coming up. Here's Elliott. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd down. Now the timeout comes here, and the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to at least get them a lead here in overtime. Now the timeout comes here, and the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. And Bailey able to knock it through. And they will take the lead at 13-10.